Well, howdy folks, Alcorex here, and welcome to Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere, episode 117. And today we're going to be talking about the Gladiator, aka the Executioner, as the clans like to call it. We're Inner Sphere guys, it's a Gladiator. Alright, the Gladiator, 95 tons. Wait a minute, where's that 90-ton clan mech at? Well, there's not one in the book. But hey, we jumped over 90 tons, went to 95 tons. A 95-ton Omni-Mech, the Executioner, aka Gladiator, is a 4684. And you're going, what? 8? Where'd that come from? Yeah, it's got mask. It's one of those mechs that the clans put mask on. Now, has a XL engine on it. Comes in with 16 double heat sinks, which I think everything is on the engine except for one. And then we got 259 points of armor, which is like 1.5 tons short of maximum. And it comes in with 26.5 tons of pod space. Yes, it does have ferrofibrous armor. Now, it does have in the head 1 ferrofibrous, 2 in the center torso, so that means you don't have a lot of center area, so this mech doesn't turn itself well to being a zombie. It has 2 XL engines in each torso, a double heatsink, there we go, in the right torso, 2 ferrofibrous in the right torso, XL engine, and 4 mask in the left torso. And left and right arm have a ferrofibrous and jump jets in each leg. Alright. Now, the Gladiator is not an assault mech that finds itself being used very much in any of my forces. Yeah, it's just not something a mech that's ever really appealed to me. It's something about it just doesn't work very well with my way of playing. Mostly because it has that mask on there, and everybody loves mask that do love mask seem to have awesome luck with it. I'm one of those individuals. Every time I've used my mask, the first time I've used it, it locks up. Or if there's a second turn in a row, it locks up. We had a great example of someone using mask at Gen Con this year, and it's like, all right, I'm going to use my mask, and he's like, you sure you want to do that? Yeah, it's going to be fine. So they used it. Second turn and go, I'm going to use my mask. No, don't use your mask. You'll lock up. No, I'll be fine. When it happens, second turn he used it, locked up. And there he was with a perfectly nice mech sitting right there in the open, locked up. And then everybody just says, just destroy that thing. Since it's not going anywhere, it's a mobile target. So, yeah, it wasn't a very fun thing. So that's one thing I don't like about what's on the Gladiator is it has mass. Yeah, it doesn't take many tonnage, but it's something I never would use. All right. Now, it also has those 4 jump jets, which, with an assault mech, yeah, there's a whole bunch of your tonnage is wrapped up in jump jets. I guess I'm the type of guy that rather, on a mech like this, give me the pod space on my clan mech, and then if I want to put jump jets on it, give me that option if I want to. Put it as one of the options of your builds or something. So if you got a mech that has jump jets on it and nothing but pulse lasers and a target computer, so I can use it in a city fight and move very mobile. Okay, that's kind of like how I look at this type of a mech, but it doesn't. So right there you're losing 8 tons of your pod space. So you're, instead of having 34, you got 26. Okay, now a lot of the builds I think maybe have to do with another reason why I don't like it, because right off the bat it's missing a lot of stuff that I would rather have on a mech, but yeah, it's just one of those things. So obviously you're like, this guy doesn't like the Gladiator. That's pretty much true. So the primary configuration with this is the Prime has 2 ER large lasers in the right arm with 2 more double heat sinks, 2 machine guns in the right torso with a ton of ammo, and a Gauss rifle in the left arm with a double heat sink. Okay. Seriously. You put 3 more double heat sinks. So you're now sitting at 19. So you can dissipate 38 heat. And what do you have on it? 2 ER large lasers and a Gauss rifle. Let that sink in for a second. You're looking at 25, 27 heat. Why do you put on more double heat sinks? Okay, you're going to jump 4. All right, so you're 27, add 4 more to that. That adds up. 27 plus 4 is what, 31? You still don't need any more double heat sinks. Why? I never would use the Prime. Never. You're just wasting tons. Makes no sense to me. Alright, this is moving on. Okay, the Alpha version. We have 4 ER medium lasers, 2 more double heat sinks in the right arm, 2 machine guns in the right torso. We've seen a trend here. Yeah, it must be used for killing off infantry, maybe. And then we have 3 large pulse lasers in the left arm with another double heat sink. So, alright, we got 3 more double heat sinks. Okay. So that puts us with 39 or 19, so we can dissipate 38 heat. Okay, good. That sounds great. So we got 3 large pulse lasers. Okay, there's 30 heat, and then we have 4 ER medium lasers, which that's another 16. So yeah, you're pumping out 46 up to 50 heat. Okay, so if you fire everything, yeah, you're looking at cooking up pretty good. You're going up at least 12 if you did that. All right, that's not a good pilot wouldn't do that, but that's all right. Overall, that's not a bad one. I personally probably would have gone with, instead of the machine guns, maybe put on something else, but something of the like ECM. I'm always a big fan of, with my clan mechs, putting some ECM on, because when you're facing a lot of mechs that have Artemis, you can shut that down for you, or of that nature. That's something I like to do. And this one comes in at 3,100 battle value. It's pretty expensive for a mech. The 3 large pulse lasers isn't bad, so you can take advantage of that. So then you can turn around, if you got a little closer, maybe shut off one of the large pulse lasers, and then you kick in with all the ER medium lasers. Okay, I can see doing that too. That wouldn't be so bad. So you're looking at 36. Yeah, if you run, 38. So that works out pretty good. That's a good balance there. That'd be one that I kind of use, but I'm one of those ones that would probably dump the machine guns and favor some ECM and maybe a small laser or something like that, ER small, instead. So that's something to think about. Now, the Bravo configuration, B has a ER PPC in the right arm with 3 double heat sinks in the right arm, anti-missile system in the right torso with a ton of ammo, ER medium laser in the right torso, and AC-20 Ultra in the left arm with 3 tons of ammo in the left torso. This comes in at about 3,000 battle value. Okay, so you're looking at something. Let's say you got 15, 20 plus 14, 34. And you have 3 more double heat sinks, so you're still sitting at 19. So you could jump and not worry about heat. And that's one thing that isn't so bad with this one. So it's not a mech that's going to run hot. So far, you got the Alpha version, the one that has some heat problems if you try to shoot everything you have, try to do an Alpha strike, which I'm always going to say, hey, don't do that. But with this one here, if you double pump the AC20 Ultra, it runs really cool. Now you're looking at some pretty, if you do connect with the Ultra Cannon and then do roll an 8 or better and you get both those shots to hit, hey, you're doing at least 55 points are 60, 62 if you hit with that ER medium laser. So that's a good, that can strip off a good chunk of armor. So that'd be one of those mechs I fire first into it order. It's like, all right, you go first, you got the big cannon, maybe you can strip off some good armor off a mech. Okay, that's kind of like how I like to look at that one. And with the anti-missile system, if someone tries to target you with any type of missiles, you can maybe knock some of them down before the ammo bay is dry. So but still between the Alpha and Bravo, good question. Which one I would like more? I'm more leaning towards the Alpha, to be honest with you. It's just because I'm a pulse laser guy. I put some large pulses on something. Hey, I'm happy. Now the Charlie version. Okay, we have the AC20 Ultra in the right arm with 3 tons of ammo in the right torso. We got a target computer. All right, there we go. Then we have an LRM-20 in the left arm with Artemis. Hey, we were talking about Artemis before and using ACM. There we go. With 2 tons of ammo in the left arm, and then we have an ER small laser in the left torso. So it's kind of like talking about, with a half ton, I'd rather just throw an ER small laser or something, just in case something gets close. Because I don't like, yeah, with clans, you do have case, and you don't have to worry about it. But the number of times I've seen a mech get blown up because of machine gun ammo, long before the machine gun's ever able to be used, it's ridiculous. Just one thing, I'd rather, with a machine gun, have a mech that is designated anti-infantry or something, that its whole job is to have like a lot of machine gun arrays to go out there and just mow down the unsuspecting little crunchies under feet. Okay, so with that Ultra Cannon and then with the LRM-20, yeah, this is a mech that doesn't worry about heat or at all. This thing runs cool. About the only time you're ever going to see any heat problems if you take 2 engine hits or something, and then get hit with it's like a fire starter or somebody with flamers. But if you double connect with that Ultra Cannon and then you connect with that LRM-20, and then you happen to get with the Artemis moved up in there where you're getting all 20 shots, all missiles hit, so you're going to get 4 or 5 point blocks and then a couple of 20 blocks. This one could work really good in tearing up some armor. At 2,700 battle value, not bad. But once again, if you miss with the autocannon and you miss with the LRM, you got nothing backing it up. So you just threw all your eggs in a very small basket. And that's the problem I have with bigger weapons sometimes, is like, I always, like I said, an AC-20 is a gambling, you're gambling on it's gonna hit. If you go back and listen to some of my other stuff. Alright, so now we got the Delta version, which isn't really popular. It's like they say it's fallen out of favor. Well, let's just look at why. The large pulse laser in the right arm. We have 3 medium pulse lasers in the right arm, 3 small pulse lasers in the right arm. So we're putting a lot of eggs in that one basket. Then we have 2 small pulse lasers in the right torso, 2 more double heat sinks in the right torso, 2 SRMs in the left arm with 3 tons of ammo. I think you'd be better off with just 2. And then we have an ER small laser in the left torso and a double heatsink. So now we have 3 more double heatsinks. So yeah, we're dissipating 38. We have large pulse, 3 medium pulse, there's 24. And then we have 5 medium pulse lasers and then 10. Okay, so this one is starting to get kind of hot but once you get in close, you might just shut off that large pulse laser and then use all your small stuff instead when you get up close into somebody's face. Now, this is a version that I look at this one here. This is made to kill elementals. You know, because you got all those small weaponry, so you're getting in close. All right, there's a field of elementals out there, and you're hitting them with your pulse lasers. And so to me, that is something that just screams at I'm going to try to do as much damage to the little guys as possible. Just kind of spread it out a little bit, but you have to get into their face to do it. So you're putting yourself up for the option of them turning around and hitting you with all of their missiles and their, if they have the little lasers in there instead. So, or machine guns. It just depends on how you point them out. So that is kind of like an anti-elemental, or you could think if you're going against Inner Sphere, if you got a light mech or something, or medium mech that's pretty fast, moving around, jumping, or whatever it may be, this one could strip off a lot of armor off one of those things, giving you lots of opportunities. If you get close enough to them, gives you lots of opportunities to hit them. But I can sort of see why the Delta version D is not as popular, because most of your weapons are really close range. Now, the Echo configuration, we have 2 ER large lasers in the right arm. We got a double heat sink in the right arm, 2 heavy medium lasers. Okay, so it's a little bit better. On the right torso, a heavy small laser in the right torso, an ATM-9, 2 of them in the left arm with 5 tons of ammo at 3,000 battle value. Okay, so this is one that's designed to sit from, you can start getting a lot of damage put out at range 25, okay, or a little bit farther out with the ATM-9s. So not bad. And as you get closer, you can start increasing the amount of damage you do. And then when they get even a little closer, then you start hitting them with the 2 drop off 1 ER large laser and throw in the 2 medium lasers along with the ATMs. So I can see this one as either being a fire support base, or it could be a sort of get into their face and start tearing things up. So it's not a bad one. I've never used it, but that's, you know, basically how I look at it with those weapon systems that are on board. All right, now the Hotel Edition, which has a heavy large laser in the right arm, 2 ER medium lasers in the right torso, a targeting computer in the right torso, an AC-20 Ultra in the left arm with 4 tons of ammo, and a flamer. So yes, if you see those little pesky Inner Sphere crunchies that are running around without any armor on them, give them some toasty love. That's how that's used. Okay, so with the Ultra Cannon and the heavy laser and the okay, we're looking at, it can start to run a little heavy in the heat, but you get in close with that thing in that Ultra Cannon, if you get 10 turns worth of double pumping at that sucker. And with a targeting computer, you're increasing your odds. And if you got a really good pilot in it, okay, I could see this one being your primary source of tearing armor off somebody. Now, if I seen that thing coming down the range and that was your biggest mech and that's what you have on it, I'm going to probably focus that thing down pretty quickly if I can. Alright, so that's not a bad version. I can see that being used quite evidently. Alright, then we got the Echo and the Papa version. Now we're getting into the HAG 20 versions, HAG 30 versions. Yeah, they're running around 3,100 and 3,000 battle value. They have this, like the Echo or the Charlie version, Kilo version. Heck, let's get this right. We have in the right arm 5 ER or 2 ER large lasers, 3 medium ER medium lasers, an active probe in the right torso, and then we got a double heat sink, the HAG 20 in the left arm with 3 tons of ammo and another double heat sink. So this thing does have 18, so that can dissipate 36. So yeah, it can handle some of that heat, dish it out. But overall, not a bad version. Then you're looking at the more advanced version of the Papa version is a HAG 30 in the right arm with 3 tons of ammo. Then we have an LRM 10 in the right torso, kind of like, oh, we got some space left to put something in for a little bit range. And then we got a plasma cannon in the left arm with a ton of ammo, and then 3 heavy medium lasers in the left torso, and that comes at 3,000 battle value. Don't have too much experience ever seeing that one, so most of the time whenever I see a Gladiator, we're talking the unfortunately, mostly I see a lot of primes out there, and a lot of games I've ever played at like Gen Con or Origins. When they do put something out there, I think they just like to torture us with this thing. But overall, how I would work with this one, the version I always like to use has 2 ER large lasers, and then has 8 medium pulse lasers and a small no, not small. What is it? ECM, and then throw a couple more heat sinks in there. But it's that version I like to use because, you know, if I got jump jets, I'd prefer to have a mech that has a lot of pulse lasers for up close and personal type of usage. And that, you know, that's, if I'm gonna jump, I want to mitigate some of that negativity you get for hitting. So with the pulse lasers, you get in close, you can jump behind somebody or beside, or get into that flank, jump over, say you got a building or something, or an alleyway or city fight, jump over top of them, that type of deal. Or get on the other side of, jump into some heavy woods or something that you couldn't run into without using mask, because hey, I'm not a fan of masks, so you're not going to see me use it too much. But you know, that's just kind of how I like to look at it. It's like how to increase my ability to get a little bit more damage in and use my mobility and speed to my advantage. Alright. But overall, the Gladiator is not something, it's not a mech that I'm really enamored with. If I get into a game, there have been games where it's like, here, you get a Gladiator. Yay, thanks. Okay, I'll try to make the best of it. Use it to its best advantage and try to mitigate its weaknesses. Alright. So hopefully you don't get handed a prime version. You're just like, oh great, I just got all this stuff and I have no way to use all these heat sinks. It's kind of a big waste. That's my big get off my soapbox now. Alright. Like and subscribe. Hope you guys have some good stories about if you like the Gladiator and why you love it. Let me know, because it's not a mech that I'm a big fan of. But if you're a fan, let me know why. Alright. This is Hulk Rex, and we'll talk with you later.